classes. Okay, so whenever there is a type of relationship, then we can use inheritance. Okay, and all the common properties, all the common functionalities of all the classes we can put in one base class. Okay, and the specific properties we can put in the derived classes. Okay, so then what is the use of it? It increases the reusability. How it increases the reusability? Because base class is created, and the attributes which we mention in the base class and the functionalities we can inherit, or we can make it a part of other derived classes. Okay, so this is how it increases the reusability. Common things we put together and specific things we put in the derived classes, respective derived classes. Okay, so we have seen with example how this inheritance work, the introduction, why is it required. Then we have also seen related to object creation. Okay, so when objects are created, last time only I have explained this concept. Whenever objects are created, so all the, if any example is there, let us take that example. Suppose this kind of relationship is there. Person is the base class and student. Again, from student we can have different types of student also. Okay, so this is another example. Whatever we have discussed, it was little bit different. Okay, this is another example we can say. So person and student is a type of person. So whenever a type of relationship is there, it is inheritance. Okay, now all like we can say name, address, these are the common properties which are applicable to everyone. Okay, so common properties will put in the person class, whereas roll number, course, this is specific to student. Maybe here we can have teacher also. Another class is teacher, student and teacher, and we are inheriting it in teacher as well as student. So name and address would be a common property for student and teacher. Okay, whereas for student, roll number and course, these are the specific properties. For teacher, subject specialization can be the specific property for teacher. Okay, so whenever objects are created, if you create the object, generally what we have seen, we need to create the object of the derived classes. Okay, like in this example, generally we create object of the student class, object of the teacher class. In general, in the real world, we don't actually need to create the object of the base class. In general, not a thumb rule, we can create, but generally most of the application doesn't require to create the object of the base class. Okay, but again keep this in mind, this is not a thumb rule. You can create the object of the base class. ऐसे कोई you will not get any error or nothing like that. I mean, no rule is there related to that. This is generally it is required, I'm saying. Okay, application, as per the application, each language is having two aspects. One is what related to its syntax, and another is related to its application. Okay, so as far as syntax is concerned, it is okay, you may have object of the person class, but generally application point of view, generally we don't require to create the object of the base class. Okay, 90% or 95% we don't require. Okay, so whenever we create the object of the derived class, say for example, if I create the object of the student class in this case. Okay, so just a moment. So if I create the object of the student class, say S1, okay. So for this S1 object, how much memory will be allocated? We have created the object of the student class. So memory would be allocated for how many variables for student? Yes, any one of you can answer this. If we are creating object of the student class, okay. So when we are creating object of the student class, memory would be created for, or memory would be allocated for how many variables, and which are those variables?
4, ma'am. Name, address, roll number, and course.
Yes. whenever we are creating object of the student class, as we are saying, it is inheritance. Inheritance matlab all these attributes and function will become part of derived class or child class. तो अगर ये इसका पार्ट बन गए तो दैट मीन्स व्हाट, the space would be allocated for name, address and roll number and course for all these 4 variables. Okay, so for S1 space would be created for S1 space would be created for name, address, roll number और क्या था, course. So space for this S1, how much space is allocated? This much space would be allocated. It will include the variables of the base class from where it is inherited, as well as its own variable. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this much space would be created. If we create object of the person class, okay, suppose here if I create object of the person class, generally we don't require but we can create. So agar create kiya hai, so in that case space would be created for how many variables? Tell me.
Name,
if I create the object
only
name and
address only.
address. Correct. So for person only these attributes are applicable, whereas for the derived class the attributes of the parent class as well as its own attribute. Okay, so if person object is created, in that case only name and address, that's it. The space would be created only for these 2 variables. So this is about object creation, right? So these 2 things we have discussed last time along with small example. Yes, that student example. So now let us continue with this now. Access specifier we have discussed last time. Now visibility mode we were discussing, right, last time. So yes, so for that we need to discuss this you need to understand this particular diagram. For that it would be easier for you to understand visibility mode if you understand this flow. Okay, so let us assume that class B is the base class. This is the base class. Okay, randomly I have taken it as B, D1, D2 like that. Okay, class X and all that. So just random examples I have taken to understand the syntax things. So class B is there. Some of the members I have declared in the private scope, some in the protected, and some variables in the public scope. Okay, so all these 3 scopes are there in the base class, and some of the variables I have declared in each of them. Now, this is the derived class. This is class D1 in which I am deriving this class B in which visibility, public visibility. This is called as visibility mode, and these are called as access specifier. Private, protected और public अब तक हमने देखा है. These are called as what? Access specifiers. These are access specifier which defines the scope of the variables. ठीक है? And here this is called as public, which I mentioned here. This is called as visibility mode. It tells the compiler in which visibility mode the variables of the base class are available to you. Okay, in which visibility mode. So this is called as visibility mode, and how it impacts the inheritance, so that we'll discuss now. So here class D1 is the derived class. Like in previous example, assume D1 is a student class, for example. So one of the derived class is D1, another derived class is D2. Okay, so 2 derived classes are there, D1 and D2, and this is the base class. So here in D1 I'm inheriting class B in which visibility mode? Public mode. Okay, and in D2 I'm inheriting the same base class B but in different visibility mode. Here the visibility mode is private. Okay, so now when I make it public, what will happen? Now first important rule about access specifier, whatever you mention in whatever attributes you mention in the private scope are not inheritable. Private कहाँ पे accessible होता है? Private variables?
Member functions within its class.
Yes, within its class, and one more thing.
Friend function.
Friend function. Yes. So private members are accessible either to the member function or friend function. ओके इसके अलावा कहीं भी आप प्राइवेट मेंबर्स को एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते. ओके तो प्राइवेट का क्वेश्चन तो आउट ऑफ स्कोप है. फॉर इनहेरिटेंस प्राइवेट मेंबर कैन नॉट बी एक्सेस थ्रू इनहेरिटेंस. तो ये आउट ऑफ स्कोप हो गया. प्राइवेट यू कैन नॉट इनहेरिट. Okay, so not inheritable anywhere. Private is not inheritable anywhere. Okay, तो ये तो आउट ऑफ स्कोप हो गया. मतलब हम बेस डिराइव्ड क्लास में कौन से मेंबर्स इनहेरिट कर सकते हैं? ओनली प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक. ओनली दीज टू मेंबर. अब ये जो दो मेंबर्स है प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक, दीज टू मेंबर, what type of visibility you want in the derived class? So that is mentioned with this visibility mode. So let us assume that this is public visibility mode. In this case, what will happen? The protected members will remain in the protected scope for the derived class, and the public member will remain in the public scope in the derived class. मतलब उसके visibility change नहीं होती है in the derived class. Visibility remains intact if it is public inheritance. If the visibility mode is public, the base class visibility will remain intact. मतलब यहाँ के जो protected variables है वो यहाँ पे भी आके protected रहेंगे, और यहाँ के जो public variable है वो base derived class में आके फिर से public में ही जाएंगे. Okay, so if it is public inheritance, it will remain as it is. Protected वाले सारे member protected component में चले जाएंगे और public वाले सारे public scope में. Okay, so this is about the first visibility, public. The second one is what? Private. Now, when it is private inheritance, private visibility mode, again with, do not get confused with this private keyword, जो कि यहाँ पे see again private variables are not accessible. हम private variable base class के private variable के बारे में बात ही नहीं कर रहे. Okay, you cannot inherit this. Okay, so this is completely out of scope. You cannot inherit private variables. We are talking only about these two. तो फिर यहाँ पे private visibility mode का meaning क्या है? That the protected and public of the base class will become private members of the derived class. मतलब यहाँ पे ये जो private है वो क्या दिखाता है? Visibility mode of the derived class. derived class में वो किस visibility mode में आएंगे? Private में आएंगे. Okay, so all the protected and public will become private members of the derived class. मतलब इसका meaning क्या हो जाएगा? Like this, these are private member. तो अभी ये आगे के inheritance के लिए ये private member accessible नहीं है. Once it becomes the private member, that means it is applicable only to this member function. आगे के inheritance के लिए ये private members available नहीं होंगे. Okay, it will become the private members of the derived class. Is it clear? Public मतलब protected will remain protected, public will remain public as it is scope रहेगा. Private visibility is what? Protected and public both will become private members of the derived class. Okay, and the third visibility mode is protected. अब ये मैंने मतलब third level का inheritance हो गया. Okay, third level का inheritance. This is second level inheritance. Okay, this is the base class. तो base class के दो children हैं यहाँ पे, D1 and D2, and D1 and D2 का एक common child है, that is class X. Okay, so from D1 and D2 I am inheriting in class X. Okay, while inheriting in class X, what visibility mode I have mentioned? For D1, now D1 is the base class for X. तो D1 के लिए visibility mode कौन सा mention किया मैंने? Public. So from D1, whenever I am inheriting, public visibility is what? The protected will remain protected in the derived class, public will remain public. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And D2 is protected. D2 I am inheriting in which mode? Protected. इसका meaning क्या है? Protected and public both will become protected members of the derived class. Okay, मतलब in short ये जो visibility mode क्या दिखाता है? कौन से स्कोप में जाएगा वो? derived class में आपके जो variables है वो कौन से स्कोप में जाएंगे? If you mention protected, so base class के जो protected private member है वो कहाँ पे चले जाएंगे? Protected scope में. If you mention it as protected, and if you mention it as private, तो ये दोनों भी public और protected कहाँ पे जाएंगे? Private scope में. But only rule with public visibility is what? Protected will remain protected and public will remain public. Okay, so this is the meaning of visibility mode. So access specifier and visibility mode is comparative meaning is little bit different. Though we are using the same keyword there, but meaning is different. Here it defines the access specifier of the scope of those variable, and here visibility mode मतलब कि आपके derived class में वो किस section में जाएंगे वो दिखाता है visibility mode. Is it clear? We'll take one example also, but is it clear, the concept? Any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll take one example to understand visibility mode. Now you will answer all these questions. So we'll take class A. In class A, private scope, कोई एक वेरिएबल लेते हैं integer I. Protected scope, integer J, and public scope, integer K, and close it. Okay. Now another class is there, class B. Okay. अब यहाँ पे हम पहले इसको कैसे इनहेरिट करेंगे? Will inherit in public visibility mode. Public and then E. Okay. Is it clear this syntax? Class B, by here this inheritance, see this is how we inherit. So in class B, if I have to inherit class A, how to inherit it? How to inherit? See, this should be interactive session. Everyone has to be active here. So how to inherit class A?
Colon and
Visibility mode.
semicolon.
Yes.
Visibility
Colon.
mode and class mode.
Visibility mode can be any of the three. So let us make it as public. ठीक है? आगे
Class name.
A. ठीक है? And then opening curly bracket for class B. So this means that in class B we are inheriting class A in public visibility mode. Okay? So that means I'm inheriting this means these members of the base class will become members of my derived class. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
So now now here it might be having its own member. We'll leave that part for now. We'll just discuss about the scope now. Now here, suppose in main program, if I create object of B class, पहले तो मैंने suppose object of A class create किया, obj A. Okay, so if I'm creating object of A class, now tell me for how many variables this space would be created. This is object A, suppose obj A. This is the object A created. Now for how many variables memory would be created? Yes,
3 variable I, J and K.
I, J and K. ठीक है? तो I की कुछ value होगी maybe 10. Okay, so some value will be there for I, some value will be there for J, and similarly for K also. Which value they did them inheritance through maybe we can assign. Okay, so memory would be created for I, J and K. Now in main program again I'll create the object of B class, obj B. Now for this object B, now tell me memory would be created for how many how many variables?
2 variables. No,
2 variables or 3 variables. See here I'm inheriting A class. तो inheritance का मतलब क्या हुआ? ये सब मेरे part हो गए B class के, I mean Yes, all these will become part of class B. So for all these variable, memory would be created for object B. So will it create the object memory for I, J, and K, all three variables? Will it create?
For J and K only.
Only for J and K. Why not for I?
Private,
Private
in private scope.
Yes, because it is in private scope, so it is not accessible through inheritance. It is accessible only to the member function of class A or friend function. Okay, private variables are not available for inheritance. Okay, so though I'm inheriting in class B, only these two will become member of class B. Okay, it is not applicable to private member. तो यहाँ पे like in object B, space would be created for J. तो J की वैल्यू क्या थी आपकी 20, so that would be inherited. If you don't assign any other value, so same value would be inherited here, and K is equal to whatever value you want to assign. Okay, so space would be created. See, values, now we are not discussing about values. ये part भूल जाओ आप. Values, either you can have constructor for that, you can take it from user and all that. So that part we'll discuss later on. वो तो आपको पता भी है, like through constructor from user, how can take that input. Here we are discussing mainly about the memory creation. Okay, so memory would be created for J as well as for K. But we cannot inherit private members, so memory won't be created for I. This is first thing that we have learned through for inheritance. Now, second important thing, what is the visibility mode here? The visibility mode is public. So what is the rule with public visibility mode? Agar public में करते हैं तो what happens? Protected members will remain in the protected section, and public member of the base class will be there in the public section. तो उनका स्कोप नहीं चेंज होता है इफ यू इनहेरिट इन द पब्लिक विजिबिलिटी मोड. ओके, तो जो भी स्कोप उनका बेस क्लास में है, सो हियर व्हाट इज द स्कोप फॉर जे इन द बेस क्लास? प्रोटेक्टेड. सो दिस जे वुड रिमेन इन द प्रोटेक्टेड स्कोप and K would remain in the public scope. Okay, so whatever variables are there, integer J and K, they will remain as it is in the derived class. मतलब जो protected के member है वो protected में रहेंगे और public वाले public में रहेंगे. So what does it mean? यहाँ का advantage क्या हुआ फिर? Like here protected will remain in the protected and public will remain public. What does it mean? That suppose यहाँ से मुझे अगर access करना है using obj B, object B dot, can I access variable K now?
Yes.
Is it possible? See, here I'm using object of which class? B. Just carefully observe this. Now, first, before that, if I say this is object of A, the object of A dot K, is it possible? Can I access K using
Yes,
object
ma'am.
of A?
Yes.
Because it is there in the public scope. Now, if I say object of B dot K, is it possible? Can I assign any value here directly?
Yes.
Object of B dot K.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the reason behind it? Though this K is there in the public scope for the base class, लेकिन inherit करने के बाद ये कहाँ पे चला गया? Again in the public scope of the derived class. मतलब inheritance से उसका scope change नहीं हुआ है. It still remains the public member of the derived class. So what does it mean? That I can access it in the outside world. So using object B dot K, I can access this directly in the outside world. मतलब main में या किसी और class में भी मैं ये access कर सकती हूँ using the object of the class B. Yes. So when it is, so this is the meaning of this. And protected about okay, so same question about I, variable I. So answer this question now. Object A dot I, is it possible?
No.
No,
No.
because it is private member. Private member हम बाहर नहीं access कर सकते, only member function. So this is not possible for A. For B, is it possible? Chance ही नहीं, because In B it is not created only. Inheritance के बाद private member हमें मिले ही नहीं है. Okay, so with B there is no question only to access I. Now what about protected? अगर ऑब्जेक्ट A डॉट J में एक्सेस करते हैं, is it allowed?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
What is the rule with protected?
Only the functions of inherited classes can access them.
See, we have already seen this, that protected is as good as private only. Protected मतलब private scope ही है. Only one exception is there, that whenever you mention anything in the protected scope, it is accessible through inheritance. Okay? इनहेरिटेंस से आप प्रोटेक्टेड को एक्सेस कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप प्राइवेट को नहीं कर सकते हो. दैट इज द ओनली डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज टू. अदरवाइज द रूल्स विच आर एप्लीकेबल टू प्राइवेट मेंबर, सेम रूल्स आर एप्लीकेबल टू प्रोटेक्टेड, विथ ओनली वन एक्सेप्शन, दैट प्रोटेक्टेड मेंबर्स कैन बी एक्सेस्ड इन द डिराइव्ड क्लासेस, इनहेरिटेंस. ओके, तो जैसे हम कहते हैं, लाइक वी से दैट प्राइवेट मेंबर्स यू कैन नॉट एक्सेस यूजिंग ऑब्जेक्ट इन द आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड. So same rule is applicable for protected. अगर मैं यहाँ पे करती हूँ object A dot J, is it allowed? No, it is treated as a private member only. You cannot access it in the outside world. सिर्फ यहाँ पे member function में ही access होगा उसे. Okay, protected same rule as that of private, with one exception कि वो inheritance में आ गया आपका. Inheritance में आ गया तो can we access? Now next question. अगर इनहेरिटेंस में अवेलेबल है तो कैन वी एक्सेस इट लाइक दिस ऑब्जेक्ट B डॉट J? इनहेरिटेंस से वो आ गया ना प्रोटेक्टेड में, सो कैन वी एक्सेस दिस J हियर?
नहीं मैम.
कर सकते हैं? नहीं कर सकते. द रीजन इज दैट दो इट इज अवेलेबल हियर थ्रू इनहेरिटेंस, बट व्हाट इज द स्कोप ऑफ इट? प्रोटेक्टेड. प्रोटेक्टेड मतलब इट इज एज गुड एज प्राइवेट. तो ये कहाँ पे एक्सेसिबल रहेंगे? अगर मैं यहाँ पे क्लास बी में कोई फंक्शन लिखते हैं हम यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले, ओके, और इस डिस्प्ले फंक्शन में इफ आई एम सेइंग सी आउट J और C in J, two object C in J or C out J, so this way it is possible members of this B class can access J. This is the meaning of J. वैसे आप I को एक्सेस कर सकते हो यहाँ पे. Can you access I here? Can you access
No,
I
ma'am.
here? No, it
No,
is private.
No.
It is private, so you cannot access it in the member function of the derived class. But हम J को access कर सकते हैं क्योंकि it is there in the protected. तो protected is available for the inheritance. Otherwise, it is treated as private member only. मतलब प्राइवेट के सारे रूल्स इसके लिए एप्लीकेबल है, एक्सेप्ट थ्रू इनहेरिटेंस इट इज अवेलेबल. ओके, मतलब यहाँ पे J को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं लेकिन I को एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज प्राइवेट इज कंप्लीटली प्राइवेट टू दिस क्लास B, बट J वी कैन एक्सेस. Is it clear the difference between private, protected and public for inheritance? तो protected मतलब it is available in the derived class but only members of the derived class can access it. Public मतलब it is available here also to the member, मतलब यहाँ पे भी मैं उसको एक्सेस कर सकती हूँ या फिर आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड में भी एक्सेस कर सकती हूँ. मतलब यहाँ पे मैं K को एक्सेस कर सकती हूँ. दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली वैलिड. I hope this example clears everything about the scope.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, any doubt so far? Others, please speak up. In case if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. If you are not comfortable directly unmuting and all that, so here also you can type in the chat window, you can type your doubt. Okay? But don't leave with the doubt. Okay? So in case if you have anything related to this, any queries, feel free to ask. So next thing now, three types of visibility we have seen. Just now we have discussed about public. Next is about private visibility. Okay. So the same example, I will just make the visibility as private. Private A. So what does it mean? When I say private visibility mode. So what does it mean? Protected and public will become the private member of the derived class. Protected as well as public will become what? The private members of the derived class. So now in this case, with this inheritance, what will happen about object creation? Object A में तो ij की create हो जाएगा. And what about object B? With this private, what will happen?
Private J&K.
हाँ, we can inherit protected as well as public member. रूल तो वही है कि हम protected और private ही inherit करेंगे. मतलब we'll inherit J and K only. Okay? But in which mode we are inheriting now? We are inheriting in the private mode. मतलब इसमें सिर्फ क्या change हो जाएगा? This will become private and J and K both will become what? The private members of the derived class. तो यहां से विजिबिलिटी मोड आपका चेंज हो जाता है. कौन से? सी वन थिंग यू नीड टू ऑब्जर्व हियर, वी आर इनहेरिटिंग ओनली दीज टू, प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक ओनली. वो नहीं चेंज हो रहा है विद दिस विजिबिलिटी मोड. वी आर इनहेरिटिंग ओनली दीज टू. प्राइवेट को हम हाथ भी नहीं लगा सकते विद इनहेरिटेंस. वी आर इनहेरिटिंग ओनली प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक. यही दो वेरिएबल्स हम इनहेरिट कर रहे हैं. चेंज बस क्या हो रहा है उसका? विजिबिलिटी. नाउ दीज टू विल बिकम प्राइवेट मेंबर्स ऑफ द डिराइव्ड क्लास. तो अभी इससे क्या हो जाएगा? Like here, now answer all these queries. With object A dot I, can we access? Quick.
No. Yes, ma'am. No.
Object A dot I.
No, it's private.
No, it's a private variable. Object A dot J.
Still no.
Yes, ma'am.
Possible है?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Protected.
हाँ, प्रोटेक्टेड का रूल हमने क्या देखा? इट इज सिमिलर टू प्राइवेट ओनली. प्रोटेक्टेड एंड प्राइवेट आर सेम. थ्रू इनहेरिटेंस ओनली इट इज अवेलेबल. मतलब इनहेरिटेंस से अवेलेबल है, मतलब वो कहाँ पे अवेलेबल रहेंगे? डिराइव्ड क्लास के मेंबर फंक्शन में. प्रोटेक्टेड यू कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली एक्सेस इन द आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड. सेम रूल. प्राइवेट जैसे आई को नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते, वैसे ही जे को आप बाहर नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते. इट इज लाइक सिमिलर टू योर प्राइवेट मेंबर ओनली. प्राइवेट मेंबर जैसे बाहर नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते, वैसे प्रोटेक्टेड भी बाहर नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते. तो J is not accessible. Can we access K here?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Undoubtedly, yes. It's a public member. तो public तो anyway we can access. We are talking only about A object. Do not get confused. मैंने ये कौन सा object लिया है? A object. Now we'll change the object. Now if it is object B, object B dot, अब ऑब्जेक्ट बी में कौन कौन से मेंबर आए हैं? जे एंड के. ठीक है. हाँ, तो ऑब्जेक्ट बी में आई कैन, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, कैन आई एक्सेस आई? नो. प्राइवेट को हम एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते. ये अवेलेबल ही नहीं है ऑब्जेक्ट बी में एक्सेस करने के लिए. ठीक है. इनहेरिटेंस से वो आया ही नहीं है नीचे. अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट जे. कैन आई एक्सेस जे?
No, ma'am.
कैन आई एक्सेस के?
No.
What is the reason now?
It become private.
हाँ, ये दोनों ही प्राइवेट मेंबर हो गए इसके. तो यहाँ पे मैंने विजिबिलिटी मोड क्या रखा है? प्राइवेट. सो ऑल द इनहेरिटेड मेंबर्स विल बिकम प्राइवेट मेंबर्स ऑफ द डिराइव्ड क्लास. इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं यहाँ से ऑब्जेक्ट थ्रू किसी को भी एक्सेस नहीं कर सकती हूँ. ऑल दीज आर इनवैलिड स्टेटमेंट्स. आई कैन नॉट एक्सेस इट थ्रू ऑब्जेक्ट्स. ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. फिर ये जे और के मुझे क्यों चाहिए यहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट बी में? टू एक्सेस इट इन द मेंबर फंक्शन ऑफ क्लास बी. मतलब यहां से मैं सी इन जे ए कर सकती हूँ, सी आउट जे के कर सकती हूँ, इसकी वैल्यू मॉडिफाई कर सकती हूँ. एनी ऑपरेशन आई कैन परफॉर्म विद जे एंड के, बिकॉज नाउ दिस विल बिकम मेंबर ऑफ माई ओन क्लास. मुझे ऑब्जेक्ट की भी जरूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे. I need not create any object here as such. मतलब ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि मुझे, जैसे फ्रेंड क्लास में हमने फ्रेंड फंक्शन क्या करता था? फ्रेंड फंक्शन के लिए we have to pass the object of class A. यहाँ पे हम कर रहे हैं कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट पास कर रहे हैं. ये J and K, these are members of which class? Class A. लेकिन मैं डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे एक्सेस कर रही हूँ. आई एम नॉट यूजिंग एनी ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ क्लास A, बिकॉज इनहेरिटेंस मतलब क्या है? डायरेक्टली वी आर इनहेरिटिंग दोस प्रॉपर्टीज, है ना. जैसे एंसेस्ट्रल जो भी आपका हाउस है एंड ऑल दैट विल बिकम योर प्रॉपर्टी ग्रेजुअली. यस. तो ऐसे आपको यहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट करके कुछ लिखना नहीं पड़ता है. this will become the property of the derived class directly. आपको यहाँ पे object a dot ऐसा करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You need not use any object to access all these variable. This will become part of your own class now with inheritance. ये आपके properties बन जाएंगे आपके in the sense derived class. Is it clear? You can directly access J and K. If it is there in the private scope, you can access it in the functions only, member functions only. बस यहाँ पे access नहीं होंगे वो. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, everyone. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then the last visibility mode is what? Protected. Okay. तो protected में हमने क्या देखा है? When it is protected in inheritance, what will happen? D2 को हमने protected mode लिया है. D2 का हमने कैसे inherit किया? Protected. So both protected and public members of the base class will become the protected member of the derived class. तो यहाँ पे रूल क्या है कि आपके protected और public inheritance सिर्फ ये दो स्कोप को ही एप्लीकेबल है. तो नाउ वी आर अगेन इनहेरिटिंग व्हाट? J and K, these two variable only. लेकिन in which mode we are inheriting? Protected mode. Protected mode. So now what will be the scope of this J and K? It is protected.
Protected.
Is it clear? These two हमने inherit सिर्फ J and K को ही किया है पहले एग्जांपल से. For all visibility mode we are inheriting J and K only. We cannot inherit because it is private. तो मतलब हम सिर्फ बेस क्लास के प्रोटेक्टेड और पब्लिक को ही यहाँ पे इनहेरिट कर रहे हैं. लेकिन विजिबिलिटी मोड से उनका स्कोप चेंज हो जाता है उस ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए. So now both of these object will be there in the protected mode because of this visibility. तो ये दो protected हो गए. Now again coming back to these questions. Obj A dot. Can I access I? Same question.
Yes, ma'am. No, no, no.
No, because this is private member. I is private member. Can I access J? Carefully
No.
answer the question. Think before. No?
No, no, ma'am.
The reason is that protected मतलब similar to private only. It cannot be accessed to the outside world. सिर्फ protected के लिए एक rule है कि it is accessible through inheritance. Inheritance के लिए वो available हो जाते हैं आगे के inheritance के लिए. But directly in the outside world it is not applicable. Through inheritance it is applicable. Okay, inheritance से उसे access कर सकते हो J को, लेकिन directly outside world में access नहीं कर सकते J को. Okay, so J cannot be accessed. Wrong. Then K. Can you access K?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Public scope. अब create करते हैं object B को. तो object B dot I. Object B में I है. In this object is I available?
No.
No. So no question about I. J.
No.
No.
K.
No.
Why? Why not J and K?
Protected.
Because
They are protected.
हाँ, इनहेरिटेंस के थ्रू ये हमने इसको क्या बना दिया, उनको प्रोटेक्टेड बना दिया. तो प्रोटेक्टेड का रूल क्या है? इट इज नॉट एक्सेसिबल टू द आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड. मेन भी आउटसाइड ही हो गया, तो मेन में उसे एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन उसे कहाँ पे एक्सेस कर सकते हैं? ये प्रोटेक्टेड बन गया, मतलब इसके मेंबर फंक्शन में यू कैन एक्सेस देम. जे और के को मेंबर फंक्शन में एक्सेस कर सकते हो आप. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt in the visibility mode? Yes, anyone, any doubt is there in the visibility mode? See, access specifier and visibility mode is little bit different. Access specifier मतलब उस particular class के लिए उसका क्या scope है, okay, that is access specifier. And visibility mode मतलब through inheritance it is applicable in which scope? Okay, visibility mode is applicable to inheritance. तो यहाँ पे जो भी आप visibility mode लिखते हो, accordingly it is available in the derived classes. Okay, so this is what this diagram tells you. प्राइवेट आप एक्सेस कर ही नहीं सकते, प्रोटेक्टेड और पब्लिक एज इट इज आप एक्सेस करोगे इफ विजिबिलिटी मोड इज पब्लिक, मतलब प्रोटेक्टेड में रहेंगे, पब्लिक में जाएंगे. दैट इज अबाउट पब्लिक विजिबिलिटी. प्राइवेट विजिबिलिटी मतलब दोनों ही प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक विल बिकम प्राइवेट मेंबर्स ऑफ द डिराइव्ड क्लास. एंड प्रोटेक्टेड इनहेरिटेंस का मतलब क्या है? प्रोटेक्टेड एंड पब्लिक विल बिकम प्रोटेक्टेड मेंबर्स ऑफ द डिराइव्ड क्लास. इज इट क्लियर? दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इनहेरिटेंस में ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि कौन से सेक्शन में वो जाते हैं थ्रू इनहेरिटेंस. Everyone, please make it sure that you have understood it. If not, then please feel free to ask questions. No doubt? Okay.
So, ma'am, the object of B means the private in the protected inheritance, the object of B will be treated as like private only, no?
Which mode? Protected inheritance mein.
Yes.
Protected. It will become protected member of the derived class. Protected से it is similar to private only, लेकिन इससे advantage क्या होता है? अब इसमें difference कैसे है? See this through protected inheritance, what will happen? Protected and public will become protected members. तो protected मतलब as good as private ही हो गया ना?
Yes, that's what I am saying, ma'am.
हाँ, correct.
In the
Understood. हाँ,
मतलब मेन फंक्शन के पर्सपेक्टिव से प्राइवेट ही है ना वो प्रोटेक्टेड.
परफेक्ट. यस, वैसे ही
Yes,
होगा. बट ओनली डिफरेंस इज दैट कि अगर इसके आगे मान लो और इनहेरिटेंस है, इसके आगे मैं अगेन दिस इज क्लास एक्स, ये क्लास एक्स को फिर से मैं इनहेरिट कर रही हूं नेक्स्ट और एक क्लास में. ओके ओके, क्लास वाई इज देयर इन विच आई एम इनहेरिटिंग क्लास एक्स. तो कैन आई एक्सेस प्राइवेट मेंबर्स इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास?
नो.
But can I access protected members?
Yes.
Yes. So that
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
difference. ये डिफरेंस है. आपका डाउट
Okay.
एकदम परफेक्ट है, बट
Yes, ma'am.
स्टिल देयर इज अ डिफरेंस कि अगर मैंने प्राइवेट लिया है तो प्राइवेट मेंबर्स हो जाएंगे वो, तो मतलब मेन में तो एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते. और अगर मेरा प्रोटेक्टेड स्कोप है विजिबिलिटी मोड, तो भी हम मेन में नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते. बट एडवांटेज विद प्रोटेक्टेड इज फॉर द नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस इट इज अवेलेबल, जो कि यहाँ पे नहीं होगा. अगर आपने प्राइवेट में इनहेरिट किया है तो नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस के लिए वो एक्सेसिबल नहीं है. गॉट द डिफरेंस?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
यस. हाँ.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt? Okay. Yes, somebody was asking. Okay, no. ठीक है. Okay, so access specifier and visibility mode we have discussed. So now just these are the types of inheritance. तो टाइप्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस में कौन कौन से टाइप है? सिंगल, मल्टीपल, मल्टी लेवल, हायरार्चिकल एंड हाइब्रिड इनहेरिटेंस. दीज आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस. ओके, अब ये कैसे होता है? लाइक द नेम सजेस्ट यू. सिंगल मतलब क्या है कि एक ही लेवल का इनहेरिटेंस होगा, एक बेस क्लास एक डिराइव्ड क्लास, सिंगल. ओके, लाइक हियर दिस डायग्राम depicts दिस इज सिंगल इनहेरिटेंस कि एक बेस क्लास एक डिराइव्ड क्लास. मल्टी लेवल इज उसके लेवल्स क्रिएट हो गए, बेस क्लास, फर्स्ट डिराइव्ड क्लास, नेक्स्ट डिराइव्ड क्लास, लेवल्स. ओके, फर्स्ट लेवल, सेकंड लेवल, थर्ड लेवल, फोर्थ लेवल में भी मल्टी लेवल. ओके, मल्टीपल इज व्हाट? टू पेरेंट क्लासेस एंड वन चाइल्ड क्लास. ओके, टू पेरेंट क्लासेस एंड वन चाइल्ड क्लास. इट इज मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस. मतलब ये जो चाइल्ड क्लास या डिराइव्ड क्लास है वो मल्टीपल जगह से वो प्रॉपर्टीज इनहेरिट कर रहा है. ओके, दिस इज अबाउट मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस. हायरार्चिकल इनहेरिटेंस इज व्हाट? वन पेरेंट क्लास एंड मल्टीपल चिल्ड्रन. ओके, दिस इज हायरार्चिकल. मतलब एक पेरेंट एंड मल्टीपल डिराइव्ड क्लास. हाइब्रिड मतलब एनी कॉम्बिनेशन. हाइब्रिड एज द नेम सजेस्ट, मतलब ये मल्टी लेवल कॉम्बिनेशन विथ मल्टीपल, कुछ भी कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकता है. ये चार बेसिक हो गए आपके single, multi-level, multiple and hierarchical, these four are the basic one. इसका combination जब करोगे तो then it will become hybrid one. Okay, तो basic ये चार ही है आपके, and this hybrid is any combination of anything. Okay, and multipath is what? Again, multipath is an example of multiple inheritance only or hybrid inheritance only, जहां पे multiple path create होते हैं. मतलब यहाँ से this is the derived class of A, so I'm inheriting the properties of A here, and again in C I'm inheriting the properties here from B. तो मतलब इसके properties यहाँ चले गए और ये दोनों के मिला के A and B दोनों के मिला के यहाँ पे आ गए. Similarly, A I'm inheriting here, तो all the properties of A, B will become properties of D, और A and D दोनों के properties मिला के again फिर से C में आ जाएंगे. तो A के properties C में दो अलग अलग path से आ रहे हैं, एक इस path से आ रहे हैं और एक इस path से आ रहे हैं. तो that is why it is called as multipath inheritance. Okay, so these are the types of inheritance. One by one we'll discuss all these types of inheritance in detail with example. Okay, so next time we'll discuss all these types in detail one by one. So I'll take the attendance. Any doubt here? Whatever we have discussed so far related to inheritance. Yes, any doubt so far?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, yes. So thank you everyone for attending the class. Now you can leave this classroom. Okay, you can join the next class. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
ma'am.